Привет, good morning. I'm Chuck Olenek, a Ukrainian-American, baptized with the name Yaroslav, and that's what I'm called in the Society for Creative Anachronism. Yaroslav the Persistent, but most people call me Yari. So under the imprint on my channel, the imprint of Tales of the Borderland, I've been sharing my knowledge of Slavic folklore and customs and Slavic mythology and Slavic history. And sometimes I'm retelling tales. One of the things that I got into doing is sharing how to do some Bardic. So I decided to do something a little different. Researching, I was taking a look at the Primary Chronicle. A lot of excerpts are in here, but you can find it online pretty much any place. Primary Chronicle, and this covers the early couple of hundred years of Kyiv under the Rus. And I ended up deciding I wanted to retell the tale of how Prince Volodymyr ended up becoming Saint Volodymyr, and how he Christianized the people of Kyiv. And there's a couple of stories, there's a couple of chestnuts. One is the traditional one, which I'll tell, and then I'll get to the other one. And so this is just a way to adapt, history or period chronicles into a Bardic performance. And we'll also see just how long it takes, because I've never timed this before. By the way, this takes place in the year 987, which, according to the calendar that the Rus were using, it was the year 6495. So in the year 6495, Prince Volodymyr summoned his boyars, and he said to his boyars, "The Bulgarians have come to me, and they wish to persuade us to accept their faith of Islam. And the Khazars have come to me, and they wish to have us accept their faith of Judaism. And the Germans have come, and those from Tsargrad, from Constantinople, and they wish us to accept Christianity. And we must decide which of these faiths is best, for I no longer wish to remain a pagan." And so the Bulgarians came, and they spoke of Islam and the wonders of their faith. And Volodymyr was shrewd and asked questions and discovered that the Bulgarians do not drink. Alcohol is forbidden by their faith. And Volodymyr said, "Oh no, this is not acceptable." And he spoke to the Khazars, and he shrewdly questioned them, and it was revealed they did not eat pork. "Oh, what are we to do? We raise swine." And then he spoke to the Christians and decided that this faith was best. And so he had all the pagan idols torn down within royal Kyiv town, torn down from the hill that they were upon. And they were dragged through the streets and beaten with rods, and they were dumped in the mighty Dnipro River. And the prince gave an ukaz, an edict that said, should any of these statues come up on the shore, they were to be shoved back into the river and carried away. Then he had all the people of royal Kyiv town enter the Dnipro River, and there they were all baptized, and Kyiv was a Christian land. However, there is another story, another tale, which is perhaps more accurate. Volodymyr sought to create an alliance with Tsargrad, with Constantinople, the jewel, the pearl of the Mediterranean. And he sought to cement this alliance by wedding the sister of the emperor. But the sister of the emperor did not wish to marry a pagan. And at this time, Volodymyr was suffering from an affliction with his eyes. And she said unto him, if you accept baptism, your eyesight will be cured, and I will marry you. And thus Volodymyr was baptized, and he had the pagan idols torn down and dragged through the streets and beaten with rods and thrown in the mighty Dnipro River. And then he herded the people of Kyiv into the Dnipro and had them all baptized at once. But there is a proverb that says, the wooden god dries out. So unto this day, there are still those who worship in some manner the old gods. Oh, so that took about 5 minutes. Okay, cool. Well, until the next time, do pobачення.